What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time stopping in, don't forget to subscribe. Big shout out to all the guys from the Gym channel that stopped in and subscribed. Thanks for showing the support. We appreciate it here. Today, once again, hopefully you guys aren't sick of the $1,000 race car build here, but the next race is actually 1 week from today. So we're gonna get started to get this thing back race ready. Basically, last race, the radiator got smashed when I went underneath that guy, so it snapped off the top of the radiator mount there, and all the coolant came out, and that was the end of the race. So we got a new radiator from Rock Auto. It was like 45 bucks. We got 2 new shocks because the front shocks in this thing were pretty horrific from the beginning. I had just been driving kind of around the problem. These were only like 20 bucks a piece, so pretty cheap investment to hopefully get a pretty good amount of lap time out of this thing, because man, it was just bouncing all over. The tires were like basketballs, and it just looked like it had hydros and was bouncing all over, and it was just junk. So I decided to finally spend the money. Just broke down and spent the money, got some shocks. I got this one out already. Pretty simple. It's just a couple, the 2 bolts on the top there, and then in the wheel well there's a pinch bolt for the wishbone, the actual bolt for the wishbone, and then a couple brake line bolts. So we get started replacing the other side and get those new shocks in, and then start moving on to the rest of the stuff. I got the brakes off. The brakes in the last race, I put these brake pads on that I found in a bin that I had laying around for God knows how long. They were just junk. So I got a friend of mine who's cutting the rotors for me, so I'm gonna have freshly cut rotors and some new pads that I got again from Rock Auto, pretty cheap, like 32 bucks. So I think the shocks and the brake pads will be a pretty solid upgrade. So we're gonna get this radiator mount situation fixed up. We're gonna put a protection bar in there and get the rest of the stuff done. So we'll get started on it. Alright, got the other strut off now. There's a right way and a wrong way to do this. Right way is with the spring compressors, compress the spring, and then you take the nut off on the top there, and then the top hat will come off, spring comes out. But wrong way to do it is to just blast that off. But if you're a professional idiot like me, you figure out if you stand on the spring and then hit this, it only mildly explodes. So yeah, so that's off now. Gotta find your pieces that flew everywhere. And the shock's all the way over there now. But your top hat's off. Keep your hardware, because the new cheap strut didn't come with it. So here goes round 2 of being a professional idiot, and I guess that's the wrong size. So apparently one was a 14 and one was a 17. So professional idiot round 2. So we're there now with the other one. Got your top hat here. What you need to keep, and all the hardware associated with it. The new ones come with new nuts, so you don't really need those nuts, but keep your top hats, and we'll get those springs on the new shocks. Alright, so just for a little comparison, the old shock here versus the new one. The new one, you compress it, bleeds back up pretty slowly. You can almost barely see movement there. Going really slow. That's what actually dampens the spring. And then the old one, as you can see, nothing left of this one. So it's pretty much just allowing the wheel to bounce like a basketball. And not only that, but also the whole front end bouncing up and down. So those are pretty much junk, so well worth the 20 bucks a piece to get the new ones. And we'll get these slapped on and throw them back in the car and then move on to the next thing. Yeah, so I guess we're going to start pulling this radiator support back out. The guy's bumper was pretty much on top of the hood, as you saw in the video. It snapped off the top ear on the radiator, like I said before, so I think we're going to try to get this to come out a little bit, and then we're probably going to, once it's kind of back where it should be, build some kind of radiator protection bar. But for now, you could probably hook up a truck or something to it in true redneck fashion, but pull it out by hand first a little bit. And then also have a trusty slide hammer. So it's kind of working. And basically you're just trying to get the panels to lay flat again wherever they can. If I can find my hammer. Yeah, so basically you're just trying to get the panel to be flat back where it was. Usually it kind of likes to go back, but just got to work with it. Still got a ways to go, so just keep working at it. Alright guys, a little update. In tech, the last couple races, they asked me to change out the windshield either with some mesh or some Lexan. So I just got these 3/8 inch steel rod in there for now. We have some chicken wire stuff here that we're going to put over the top of that, along with some Lexan plastic, some colored Lexan plastic. So we're going to get the screen and the Lexan put on there, and then try to fit the hood. Get that back, hopefully is where it should be, and align with the hood pins, and then start working on the radiator protection bar. Alright guys, we got her all finished up. Sorry for not recording too much, but just got busy doing everything and kind of got rushed, but got the radiator protection bar done. Hopefully we don't need to use that. Ended up getting the mesh here on the windshield. Put some Lexan on the top and the bottom. It's going to be a pretty cold race, so you know, try to block some of the wind. It's supposed to be like in the mid-30s for the race, so probably going to need that. But we got her all loaded up, and we'll be ready to go. So thanks for watching, and subscribe if you want to see the next race video. Thanks.